It's a little different with Quickfire this season. We've got multiple topics, but only 3 minutes to discuss and 1 minute for audience comments. So type those comments fast. Let's get to it. All right, in case you haven't heard, the R.Kelly trial is underway. Finally, witnesses have testified about being raped, kidnapped, drugged, held without food and water for days, including an underaged man. My question to you all is simple. Will he finally be convicted? Johnny Storm.
I think he should be convicted, and I also think his enablers should be convicted because for something that big to transpire, um, you have to have
He
people
have
around you
to be
supporting it.
enabled. Yes. Robbie Rock.
Yeah, I really hope that he is convicted because he has such a horrible history of preying upon young women. And I like what Johnny said, his entourage, those that were complicit, I hope will be held to account also because it's just disgusting.
Yep. Lizzie.
Yeah, I mean, I have faith in the justice system when it comes to R. Kelly in 2021. You know, we first heard about this in 1994, so this story is not new, but the times have
Mm.
changed. And so I do think with all of the people, with all of the witnesses and guests that have testified and told their story, I think he's going to be convicted this time. I think he's going to be convicted this time.
Yeah, I have to agree. I honestly don't know how he got away with so many crimes in the first place for so long. It's amazing to me when people like Cosby and R. Kelly get away with these crimes, especially as much as the justice system goes after black men. I mean, if we're being honest. Um, but as far as conviction, I think he's got it in the bag. I mean, this with all everything that I've seen coming out of the trial, I think it's definitely in the bag. Would you agree?
I think one of the things
Yeah.
I think it's in the bag, but I think one of the things that was different between R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, R. Kelly was consistently, preying on teenagers,
Which is
so
way
they're
worse.
very
Teenage years,
vulnerable,
yeah.
Hmm.
and he was consistently paying off both them and their kids. And so that's why, a lot of this just did not come to fruition in the court system until now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It,
And even boys, it mentioned that he even preyed on boys, which I didn't know until I read that article that Neo sent. So,
Mhm.
a lot of like vulnerable young people. And I think that, like we spoke about before, you need an entourage, you need associates, employees to kind of help manipulate that. So
Mhm.
I haven't seen anybody talk about convicting them,
that's another
the
good
people,
point.
his
That's a really good
supporters.
point because we're not even. I know that some of them were cooperating, so of course they've got deals, but I wonder how they're being dealt
Right.
with.
Someone's
I
watching
mean,
the door at his place.
A lot
but
of
truth be
people.
told, I mean, that gets into what the laws are. That goes into a completely different conversation because there aren't really any definitive laws that would convict them, unless, of course, they were recruiting people for R. Kelly or they too were a part of the actual assaults. So
Yeah.
it's difficult. It's
True.
difficult.
All
It
right,
does
that's all
get
the time we've
complex.
got. We do have some comments online. Olivia says probably too much evidence and witnesses. She points out the little boys. Jose says yes, make his entourage accountable. Jacqueline Robinson says it's even worse than we thought. I agree, Miss G, about the enablers, including the parents who pimped out their children to him.
Yeah.
And I agree. It's even worse than we thought. She makes a great point because when I'm reading
Yeah.
through all of this, I knew about Aaliyah. I knew about all of the issues in the past. I even watched that documentary, but it's way worse. Tadian says, crazy what money will make people do. Agree they should be convicted. All right. That's it for that quick fire. Let's get to the next one.